Once upon a time, a long time ago, in a different dimension, there were 4 seasons. Fall, winter, spring, and summer. Remember them? Were you alive when they were still a thing? Just what even is the weather at this point? Seasons of Albadone is a short novella telling the story of Albadone, or is it Albadone? Land of wonders, and the people walk in it. An enchantress, a father, a foreman, and a mother. 4 short stories, 4 different paths that intertwine into a beautiful and quite dreadful tale about nature, humanity, and everything in between. Let's go take a walk together. The story begins with a charming prologue in which God, or the True One as they call him, gets bullied. That's right. We're at the beginning of time. The True One created everything we know, from the sky to the trees below, and he was pretty proud of himself, until he got very much disrespected by his own creations. "Hello," says the True One. "We don't have enough heat. We don't have enough wind. We don't have enough water." Jesus Christ, all I wanted was a hello from you, ungrateful swine! In order to satisfy all of them, the True One splits the year to a second warmer season, then to a third windier season, then to a 4th season with lots of snow that gives lots of water. See? Everybody happy. Until the milk come in. This time, no hello from the True One, because he thought he had created the perfect world before everybody started complaining about it, and he can't take criticism. He goes, "What do you want?" The milk replied, "Whoa there, calm down. We just came to say thank you for everything you've given us. Lands, skies, waters. This is awesome, dude." The True One's ego feels all better now. I knew you humble guys would appreciate me. Here, let me give you a present. And this is how the forest of Albadone came to be. The milk are its guardians and protectors, while its biggest threat is, drumroll, you got it! Humanity! How hard was it to guess, really? The milk aren't here anymore, and humans be humans and start doing human things, destroying everything. I can only imagine the True One retiring right away. But the forest of Albadone is determined to survive and restore the cycle of nature, which is exactly what we get to see across its 4 seasons. Autumn. Oh hey, we're starting with my favorite season, because it's the season of and what could be better than that? Putting aside the Halloween-ness in the air, we're really dealing with a witch here, or an enchantress, that's grocery shopping in the forest. Her name is Adriel, and she's grabbing some mushrooms for Mother Ola, her teacher, kind of, because Adriel is only an apprentice at this moment, so she gets to do all the chores, such as grocery shopping in the forest. And in exchange, Mother Ola shows her some enchantments. Good deal! One very unfortunate day, this random dude finds their decrepit cabin in the middle of nowhere. Somehow, his name is Hugo, and he wants Mother Ola to enchant this cool rock he found, because that's a good idea. Did you look at this thing, my dude? It's obviously evil! And maybe Mother Ola saw it too, cause she just straight up said no. But then Hugo showed some surprisingly good skills at diplomacy. He gave her money. And what's more convincing than money, am I right? Mother Ola sure agrees, cause she took those sweet coins right away and started the enchantment. Abrackaboom! The cabin explodes. Are you surprised? Me neither. The cursed rock was, well, cursed, and because of it, the cabin is in ruins, Hugo is dead, and Mother Ola is heavily injured. Sprayed on the ground like an abandoned pancake. She says, "Adriel, this is a curse! I need to make a potion, but the fridge is empty. I gotta take a nap, so go fetch some mushrooms for me. And hurry up! I heard death walks fast." So Adriel goes grocery shopping in the forest. It takes a whole day for Adriel to collect the 3 required ingredients. Oh, and I forgot to mention earlier, but at some point Adriel finds a feather that resembles an awful lot that of a milk. Do you smell that? Yeah, it's the stinky smell of foreshadowing. Anyway, Adriel comes back with the groceries and she follows the recipe against evil. Okay, Adriel, 2 thorns, 2 white caps, 2 spoons of earth, and now sing to it. This looks disgusting, just like my cooking. Disgusting! Poor Adriel isn't done with this whole mess, because Mother Ola asks her to drink the potion. Adriel looks at the thing and goes, "Nope, not doing that." But then Mother Ola shows some surprisingly good skills at diplomacy. She doesn't give her money, no. Instead, she goes, "Do you remember? Remember all those years ago when you were a small child and I saved you because your parents died? Now do me a favor and drink that potion, my darling dear, okay? That's a good good girl. Adriel places exactly 2 drops of the liquid on her tongue, and that's enough for her soul to evaporate. The only one to ever wake up from this weird experience is Mother Ola, inside the body of Adriel. Oh, and there's also me going, what the fuck? Ola basically stole Adriel's body because the previous one was getting old and she needed a new carcass to walk in. So now there's no Mother Ola anymore. It's Mother Adriel. And that's how the story ends. This first story was so good. I've got to say, I was pretty shocked by the betrayal towards the end. Even though Ola was not the kindest to begin with, I did vaguely sense that something was wrong, but wow. To think that she's made several victims the same way before too? So good. At this point, I already knew I loved the book. It was so easy to get into it and be transported by the story. So I turned the page and would you look at that? Winter was coming. Winter. Jingle bells, jingle all the freaking way, baby! This is gonna be the present story. That of a man who's incredibly talented at making bad life decisions and has a bit of a drinking problem. His name is Handel, which is kinda ironic because he clearly can't handle his liquor. Sorry. Handel is known to be a drunk. At work, in his favorite tavern, basically in the entire town. Addiction is a rough thing and he can't spend a day without drinking, much to the dismay of his wife, since he spends all of their money in alcohol when they can barely get by and take care of their sick daughter. The situation gets even more desperate when Handel loses his job for starting a fight, and so he decides to do something he didn't even believe in, looking for the wishing tree. Remember Mother Adriel? Yeah, she's lurking around, and here she gives Handel a stone of guidance to take him to the tree. This magical tree has the power to grant a wish. You can ask for anything, but only once in your life. Once that wish is made, it's gone forever, so you've got to choose wisely. In Handel's case, the choice is easy, really. A bottle of wine. No, I'm sorry, that's not true. It's actually to save his dying daughter. He makes the wish. The tree's like, I guess I can give you that, and produces 5 coins. The kind of coin that could sustain you and your family for a long time. And this is how Handel gets his miracle solution to save his daughter's life. The child is going to live! Yes! Handel seems to be doing better, doesn't he? He finally snaps back to reality, is ready to take responsibility and fix his mess-ups. Good job! It's really hard to get back on track, and this is probably why he never does. Listen, I wanted to believe in him, but remember when I said he was incredibly talented at making bad life decisions? Well, he is very much incredibly talented at making bad life decisions. Handel takes his coins and leaves. He runs back home, puts the coins to safety, gets the medicine for his daughter, and they all celebrate as they live happily ever after. I lied. None of that happened, because instead of going home, where does Handel run to? The rat's nest. A tavern! Dude, you had one job! He sits down, he orders a drink, and pays. You guessed it, with one of the magical coins. And I mean, he's basically rich now, so one drink wouldn't matter if he had hidden his fortune a little better. Because as soon as he's out the door, he gets mugged and loses all of his coins. Dude, you had one job! Oh, but this is about to get worse. When Handel's back home, he tells his wife and his daughter everything will be fine. Sir, allow me to press X to express my massive doubt. His family is overjoyed. They forgive him his past mistakes and I'm like, oh no. Handel is out of solutions. He has no medicine, no money, and he's out of wishes. Even then, he decides to go back to the tree and beg for it to give him another chance, no matter the cost. And you won't believe this, but it works! His daughter is definitely safe this time. She can even go outside and play in the snow. The mother is also happy and Handel, well, he's paying the cost. Standing right beside their house, Handel is now a tree. The end! This second story was mostly sad. I felt bad for everybody involved and I wish the price for redemption wasn't this heavy of a sacrifice, but I guess that's what happens when you mess with a wishing tree. And listen, I criticized Handel a bit, but even though I've never dealt with addiction problems myself, I can understand how difficult it is. My intention was not to make light of the issue, and if you are struggling with addiction and trying to get out of it, then I support you, and I hope you succeed in reaching your goals. See you in spring. Spring, the season of growth and prosperity. And apocalypse. Poor Braid had no idea what was coming. Me neither, for that matter. It all started when Braid was a kid. His troublemaker of a brother, Eiko, takes him way beyond the area they are allowed to play in. Together, they find a pit that has a very suspicious-looking black air coming out of it. Eiko has the genius idea to jump in, and he asks his little brother to make him a custom torch to see in the dark. Braid, eternal victim, much like myself, himself, obeys. He gives Eiko the torch. Eiko happily walks ahead and 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Fireworks! Woo! Fast forward to adult Braid, who's still very much traumatized by the pit episode. So traumatized he grew up to be a foreman that digs holes of his own. He wants to solve the black air mystery, and as he investigates, he finds black water. It's oil basically, but we'll keep calling it black water because it's more fun. So now we know what actually killed Eiko. Black water plus fire equals big no-no. But Braid is ambitious. He sees in this an opportunity to change things, a chance for progress. Remember Mother Adriel? She's still lurking around, and this time, no stone for Braid. She gives him a warning instead. She tells him that his holes are gonna be the death of him and everybody else. And you know what he thinks? Stupid! So he gathers all his workers and they start digging. Ominous cries start coming from the forest around. They keep digging and start extracting the black water. The cries intensify and somebody gets bitten then dies. They now have many barrels full of the precious black water and the cries are still there. Much closer. Much closer. And Braid realizes his mistake. He should have listened to the witch because this is the moment everything turns to chaos. That person who died, he got bitten by, drumroll, a milk! Yes sir, yes ma'am. Humans are acting like parasites, destroying in the name of progress, and so the Melt came back to reclaim their land. Can't be mad at them. They trample all over the worksite, biting, breaking, and killing. Braid ends up in a hole where he gets violently crushed by one of them and dies. I'm only now realizing the irony of him dying in this specific place. Anyway, everybody dies and there's fire everywhere. Can I get a big oof? Watching from a cave somewhere is Mother Adriel. Yes, her again. She's blabbering about the cycle of nature and the lifeblood of Albadone. I don't know. I stopped paying attention. Wow, hold on. I didn't know I despised her so much. She's so shady. As an enchantress, she's connected to the forest, so she felt terrible physical pain as Albadone was burning. The life of a witch isn't always easy. This third story was very interesting. Humans versus nature, an eternal clash. I'm looking through my window and when it comes to us, I think it's obvious who's losing. Are we all gonna end up defeated like the people of Albadone? This might actually be our story. Let's look at the next season and see what awaits us. Summer. Last and very much least, the season of the devil, summer. Okay, it's also the season of pretty dresses and chocolate ice cream for me. But have you felt that heat? I can't ever open my window without my eyes burning in their sockets and every single drop of water in my body evaporating. I've been told I'd go to hell after dying, but here we are. Back to the book. It's hell in there too. Now this one's gonna be short because it's quite simple. Fire, mother, daughter, run away together. This is a week after the rain stopped the fires in Albadone. Ash is walking through the forest. That's funny. And she's quite panicked. Her baby daughter is with her and she's dying. The fires took away her husband and caused Ash to grab her injured baby and run. Thankfully, one of her neighbors gave her some water and a rune stone of life. One that can't heal but can keep you alive a little bit longer. Okay, Karen? So there's a good part where Ash enters a nearby town and finds shelter in the rat's nest. Yep, that same tavern from a moment ago, before having to run again. So I'm gonna skip to the moment she meets a group of people who tell her that if she wants a healer, then she's out of luck. They all went to the bigger towns and there's none left in the area. But they know somebody who can help. Guess who it is? Mother Adriel! Sick of her yet? We're not getting rid of her anytime soon, just get used to her presence. So Ash goes to the womb of the world, fancy name for a cave, to find the witch who's obviously been expecting her and doesn't even care to act innocent about it. Ash begs her to save her baby and Adriel goes, sure, only if you give her to me afterward. Ash is like, ma'am. This is not what I asked you to. Adriel proceeds to explain to her that it will take a lot of time for the forest of Albadone to heal and that the cost the true one is asking for in retribution to this disaster is her baby. What the Oh, don't worry. Your baby will survive and live a long life with me. Can you leave us alone now? Goodbye and don't come back. You mean you want to keep this holy baby until she's old enough for you to steal her body? Sure, why not?
Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice day, ma'am.
Ash leaves. No, she really does. She hops on a random carriage with random people and she's gone. That was scary, wasn't it? Thank goodness this would never happen in the real world.
Algeria is observing a national day of mourning after wildfires killed at least 65 people.
Apocalyptic scenes as intense wildfires continue to ravage parts of Greece for the fourth day. firefighting planes from Russia, Ukraine and Azerbaijan are helping Turkey to put out wildfires raging along its southern coast.
Shoot. Well, I guess we're doomed. Does anybody want to give their baby to the witch? But seriously, this last story was as emotionally heavy as the others. The urgency of the situation gets to you when you find yourself almost as stressed as Ash in the saving of her baby. And it touches me even more seeing how many countries out there are prey to the flames just like the forest in this book, which serves as a good and mostly alarming reminder that we are going through the same thing. Seasons of Albadone was so good. There's no other way to describe it. It is very well written, entertaining, and thought-provoking. The 4 stories intermingled perfectly, and the book's only crime is being too short. I love how it's set in this magical forest while also reflecting our own reality. I mean, I wish it didn't, because our planet is dying, and we are already paying the consequences. And on this depressing note, goodbye! No, just kidding. Our Earth is suffering though. Floods and fires in so many countries, including mine. My hometown, along countless other areas, is burning. The fire has been spreading for days now, ravaging entire villages and forcing families to abandon their homes and seek shelter. Some people have died, and the government seems decided to do absolutely nothing. This is why us people are coming together. There's a money pool in case you want to make a donation. No big amount is required. A single dollar would help. If you can't give money, then sharing the link will help equally. Thank you very much to everyone who will. So, my dear witches, remember our 4 lessons of today. Never trust the witch of the woods, never drink the wine, never dig holes in the ground, never make babies. I feel a little bit smarter. And you? I know I'm smart enough to subscribe when I like the content. And you? It's time to part ways. Take care of nature, people, even when she's a little annoying. Sun, sun, go away. Don't ever come back again. Let me be a little hydrated. I'm sick of sweating and being food for mosquitoes. I really need to stop singing on this channel.